Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Carl. I am your host, Carl Zoellner, one of the attorneys here with Anderson Business Advisors. Today, I wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about working with your tenants during this pandemic, this COVID 19. Many of us out there with tenants have heard or have seen on the news or heard others say that there is no evictions, there's no mortgage foreclosures for the time being. Well, that is mostly true as far as federal backed loans. I would like to take a look at sort of the functional business side of dealing with tenants during this time period. Uh, Tough time for all of us. Most of us are getting through, some of us are struggling, a lot of us stuck in the house. During this time, though, with our tenants, what I would argue or caution is just remember how much it is, how much it costs, or how much time it can take to get a good tenant in place. So if you have a good tenant, my suggestion is during this time, work with them. If they're defaulting on their rent payments to you and there's not much they can do about it, it's going to be tough. So when we look at this, we look at it from number one is, do I want to keep the tenant? Number two is we need to recognize that most of the courts aren't even open right now. So eviction would be very difficult, even probably immediately after this COVID-19 or this lockdown is over. So let's take a look or talk a little bit about some different options you have available to you during this time to make sure that you can get the most or get hurt the least during this time as possible. So, number one is once this lockdown or this moratorium goes away on evictions or foreclosures, it was only a stay for that limited amount of time. So, if there is somebody you need to evict, you can evict them. Just realize it's going to be down the road. Now, if they were, as I mentioned, good tenants before, meaning paid on time, didn't have a lot of issues, things like that, what you may consider is if all of a sudden they stopped paying, is reach out for our platinum clients. We actually have a letter prepared that says, hey, willing to work with you. The original terms of the lease will stand, but please provide me with some sort of verification that you've lost your job during this period of time, you're not able to pay rent, and let's work on a payment schedule to make sure when this thing is over, you can catch back up and we can be back on good terms. Like I said, we have this form. It's been created and available to our platinum clients at Anderson. So if you want to access that and you are a client, just let your advisor know and they can find it, or you can go on the platinum portal and find it in the forms section as well. This isn't a perfect solution, meaning I wish I had a magic wand to make all of this disappear and get everybody back working and get everybody back on the road, traveling, doing what they need to do. Unfortunately, that's not the case. But what this does is it provides a road to communication with you or for you with your tenants so that you can retain your tenants but work with them through this time as we all go through this together. So I think it's important to talk about. A lot of people may be trying to find a way around, trying to evict people, or just quite frankly, I've had clients who just want to go ahead and say, hey, I don't want you to pay rent during this time. Once it's over, we can talk about it then. That's an option as well. But just so we can put it out there, I would think sort of the moderate approach would be if you have tenants who've stopped paying rent, communicate with them, try to work out a payment plan. If ultimately they're unwilling to work out something with you or unable and you eventually have to evict them, that's what it'll have to be. But just realize that's probably at least a few months out, simply because many of the systems in place that are set for evictions in courts and things like that won't be back for a while either. So hope this helps. There's been some success with this and trying to set up payments and payment plans. So like I said, if you are a client already, there's forms available to you in the platinum forms section. If you're not a client, you'd like a consult and sort of learn a little bit more about Anderson, please feel free to give us a call. We're always happy to do a free consultation with you and talk about some options that are available to you out there. Also, please keep taking advantage of our free content. We're putting out a ton of stuff. Even during this time, we want to make sure you all know we've been through this type of thing before, not the COVID-19, but emergency situations. We got no plans on going anyplace. So keep it taking advantage of the free content, and we'll be back out on the road to speak with you in person as soon as this is all over. So until next time, thanks for joining me with this episode of Coffee with Carl, and we'll catch you on the next one.